If you've missed a session this week or you've done something you feel you've gone off the rails with your diet, just don't get frustrated with yourself because it's something that I see a lot of time. It's actually people's reaction to when they feel they've messed up that ruins them more than the act itself. For example, somebody who trains like 3, 4 times a week for a good few weeks, the moment they miss that first session of the week, they suddenly go, "Oh, I've messed it up. The week's a write off," and then they miss the whole week. Surely that behavior is going to ruin your progress more than missing that session, or vice versa. Restricting yourself for ages and then having like a bowl of pasta and going, "Messed up the diet. That's a write off." Again, is it not your response to that that's actually going to cause more harm than eating the bowl of pasta? So I think that's one of the things. If you sort of find yourself getting frustrated all the time and you find that you're on and off with your nutrition or your training, maybe it's worth exploring why. Rather than getting frustrated, getting curious. Why is it that I think that? Why do I sort of do those sort of things? And the more you do that, the more it's actually easier to kind of find some approaches. Like if, for example, you find you miss a Monday and then you write off the rest of the week, maybe going, hmm, that's something that I do quite a lot. I wonder why I do that. Could it be that I'm being a bit too all or nothing? Maybe I need to cut myself some slack and decide some other times. Or with nutrition, maybe am I just being a bit obsessive about it? Maybe I need to work in some of those foods that I enjoy and maybe find a way to include those a bit more without sort of going all in or off the rails, as I would say. So yeah, maybe just kind of finding some ways around that rather than sort of getting frustrated. Get curious, and the more you do that, the more you're going to notice little patterns of behavior. The more you're going to maybe notice, oh, well, actually, yeah, I do say I'm going to get a session at this time, but I never actually do. I wonder why that is. Or yeah, do you know what? I'm actually quite tired that day, and I tend to maybe relax a little bit too much on my nutrition. Maybe I could sort of plan ahead for that a little bit more. The more you do that, the more sort of in control you're going to feel, and the less frustrated you're going to get yourself because you can kind of almost preempt yourself a bit more. Have a little try of that. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Get more curious.